May's energy has been intense and something big is shifting. So let's take a look at what overarching energies and messages are going to come up for us all. Welcome. I really appreciate you joining me for my May general reading for the collective. I'm very interested to see what overarching energies and messages are going to come up for us all this month. To get a little more information about the overarching energy, I'm going to use the Double Major Tarot and see what card comes up to give us that first bit of information. And the card coming up is Temperance. But we can see this is not our original Temperance card, as we can see more clearly if I hold it up that way. Originally, the Temperance card is all about balance, moderation, and integrity, living life mindfully and harmoniously with patience, moderation, and calm, following our true passions and being in the flow. But here we're looking at another side of Temperance. It looks like the angel has decided to take some time off and is simply enjoying her free time. Perhaps this is an indication that what we're experiencing at the moment is a short hiatus, or perhaps a break that we need. On the other hand, we've got to remember that this can't last, and we will need to get back to the world shortly. But there's definitely a relaxed feel to the energy and almost a suspension in time. We're in that between cycle where we're not doing anything, we're just going along and enjoying life. Fish are swimming and the butterflies are flying, so to speak. So it's time now to shuffle up the regular tarot deck and see what information we can glean from our spread this month. Good shuffle up for that. What do we all need to know as we come into this energy? What do we need to be aware of, please? Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to cut those cards. And let's start. So we're going to start with the first three cards, which give us a snapshot of the situation. Here we have the Six of Wands and the Judgment card and the Strength card. Interesting. Two major arcana cards. So normally the Six of Wands speaks of achievement, a successful outcome. It can be an indication that success is close at hand and that good things are happening. We are in the flow, feeling good about ourselves. Although on the shadow side, it can also be about being an overachiever. Now, when we look at the Judgment card next to it, we know that Judgment is often seen as a card of calling to an awakening, perhaps opening up to something new, of maybe hearing a calling. It can be a reminder that we need to look at old ideas in a new way. Something about them needs reworking or updating. It suggests that it's time to make changes. Whether this is simply a minor change or something more radical, it is time for something to change. So we're really happy with where we're at, but it's time to change something. It can also be an invitation to appreciate your life and to take a good look at it from a perspective of a big picture. Judgment's shadow can show up as a lack of perspective and wisdom, or a refusal to follow the call, or perhaps even some painful self-judgments. So we want to be sure we're not doing any of those things. Now the Strength card, which is next to the Judgment card here, is about fortitude, about inner strength, self-awareness, control, discipline, and using our free will to do what others might think is impossible. It is about showing grace under pressure, holding steady in spite of challenges, and controlling our fear. It is also about embracing the full nature of ourselves and having compassion for not only others, but also for ourselves. On a shadow side, strength could show up as a refusal to acknowledge our impulses, or being controlled by fear, anger, or other urges. So as we look at these three cards together, we can see that we're probably feeling good about where we are right now and what we've achieved. And that might also be why Temperance has allowed herself to take a little bit of time off and just do nothing. On the other hand, because of our achievements, we're being called to do something more. This will require us to make some important changes and move up to a new level. And Strength is here to support us make the choice, as we need to make these choices from our own free will, with courage and compassion. So the next card we want to look at is, what is the underlying influences for these three cards? And here we have the Queen of Cups. Now, we might not be aware of how strongly our emotions are being triggered at this time, because this is in the position of underlying or unconscious influences. But this card could also reinforce the need for self-compassion that we saw in the Strength card. Generally, the Queen of Cups is warm, nurturing, and empathetic. But on the shadow side, her energy can lead to oversensitivity or even to a victim mentality. So pay attention to your own life and see how the Queen of Cups is showing up in your life. Is she supporting you in moving forward, being compassionate and nurturing? Or is there some oversensitivity or even victim mentality in your thoughts and ideas right now? Moving on, let's have a look at which cards show up as advice, things we can do. So we look at this pair. We have the Magician and we have the Knight of Wands showing up. The Magician, who embodies focus and manifestation, has all the skills and talents to make things happen, and he has the confidence to take action and implement a plan. His shadow side is that he may be overconfident or may have too much energy and be out of control. While the Knight of Wands is a natural-born leader, he is a bold visionary who can be competitive and driven, but he is also disciplined and successful. His shadow side shows up as arrogance and bossiness, and even over-responsibility. So these are things to keep in mind. As we look at these two cards, we can see that we have the tools and skills and attributes we need to be able to make a successful change to our lives. as indicated by the Judgment cards. We can step up to another level, but of course, it's going to be up to us as to whether or not we're going to do so. So looking at the advice, now what cautions do we have? And here we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Well, the Seven of Pentacles is all about reflecting and reevaluating. What are we going to do? Is there a plan B? Is there a plan C? Is there a plan D? You know, going on and on. It does have the shadow side, though, of always second guessing your efforts. So here the caution seems to be just get on with it. Don't keep second guessing yourself. With the Five of Swords, we know that this card can have the meaning of wanting to win at all costs and regardless of weighing things out. But I think since it's sitting next to the Seven of Pentacles, which is always weighing up the options, that's not really what this card is speaking to right here. But it could be about an underlying fear of change, or a fear of being defeated, or a fear of missing out if we follow through by making the choices that are being asked of us. So this is something to keep in mind. Are you going to let the procrastination and fear hold you back? Or are you going to go ahead anyway and do whatever it is your next right step? So the potential outcome card, oh, very interesting, is number 15, the Devil. I find the Devil showing up in the potential outcome position very interesting. It's almost as if this card is showing up as an exclamation mark to the call sent out for change by the Judgment card. After all, the Devil can be about false fears and insecurities, about addictive or obsessive behaviors. So is it time for us to liberate ourselves through shadow work so that we can answer that call? Certainly with the call Judgment is making and the support of Strength and the Queen of Cups, the qualities of the Magician and the King of Wands, if we stop procrastinating and being afraid of failure, we might well be able to face our own demons this time and move forward. On the Tree of Life, the Devil walks path 26. It's called the Path of Ayen, God's Eye, and it relates to illuminating everything that's hidden. Ayen also implores us to open our inner eye and see beyond the physical realm. The Devil's journey through the Tree of Life represents confronting our shadow aspects and overcoming the illusions that could keep us trapped. It teaches us to face our inner demons and break free from limiting beliefs and inner obstacles. And by doing so, we will emerge more robust and whole. We started the reading with the overall energy of the Major Arcana number 14, Temperance, albeit it was the other version of Temperance from the double majors when she seems to be simply taking time off and relaxing. And we end the reading with the very next Major Arcana card, number 15, the Devil. Temperance walks path 25 on the Tree of Life between the Sephra of Tiferet and Yesod, a path that teaches us to approach all situations with moderation and trust in the natural order of the universe. Once we have that, if we move into the Devil's Path number 26, between the Sephirah of Tiferet and Hod, we learn how to find the strength to face our own inner demons and have the courage to break free from limiting beliefs and negative patterns. No wonder the Strength card is showing up right next to the Judgment card at the beginning of the spread. We are being asked to step it up, to take advantage of the energies around us and move on to the next stage of the journey down the tree of life. I wonder how many of us will make the choice to do so. Let's take a couple of oracle cards to round this off from the You Are Not Alone deck. The oracle card that's come up is The More I Allow, the Less I Resist. A case of finding the courage to make the choice, go into the flow that Temperance has been teaching us to do, and allow the changes that want to come up for us as we move forward on to the next step. And from the Soul Journeys Oracle, the card that's come up is Gratitude. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. In his guidebook, James from Praagh says, this soulful card is telling you that it is time to stop, close your eyes, and become mindful of the incredible gift the universe has bestowed upon you in offering valuable and unique lessons, tailored specifically for your soul. This is an important reminder to express your appreciation for what has been, what will be, and most important, who you are. It is time to acknowledge to the universe how thankful you are for being provided these opportunities for insight and understanding. It is also time for your soul to share recognition of all those loved ones in your life, upon the earth or in spirit, who have helped form who you are now. Considering the call put out by the Judgment card to move forward, to move upward, to awaken, doing so without resistance and with gratitude is certainly going to get us a long way forward. It would seem that we're all in for rather an interesting time of leveling up, assessment, and deciding whether or not we're going to move forward. If this reading resonates with you, don't forget to subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming up next. The universe is moving fast now, and we're decoding it together. Sending you all love and light and many blessings. May you find the clarity you need this month to move forward. Namaste.